All right, let's get to Za'Darius Smith against the Buccaneers. You got the start in place with Nolan Smith, got the majority of the reps. Here in the first one, we have him in a 7 technique outside of the only one tied into that side. Got to go with the bull rush here initially, then transition that into a swim move at the top of his bull rush move here. What I mean by that is at the point where you're starting to lose power in your legs, clearing away from the offensive tackle or the offensive lineman in general, when they're out of balance. It can be very beneficial. Here he does it with a swim move inside. Get the hurry on Baker Mayfield. Does get rid of the ball here just in time, but absolutely a good pressure here and a good rep in general. Line up in the next one here, a little bit wider than before. Has more power. More distance towards the offensive tackle, so more chance to build up speed as it's coming in here. This time goes with a pure power move here. Don't have the same swim action going inside as you saw in the first one. He generates a ton of power. He had a good hat placement against the right tackle when he's initiating contact here. Collapses the pocket. Now, unfortunately, can't finish. So close to finishing the play here with the sack. Baker Mayfield does get out the pocket and finds a guy down the field. Good effort as well, chasing it out. And another win out here from 7 technique this time on the bull rush here against the right tackle. He is smothering him through it so far this game. Same move here. Upfield first, threaten deep, and then come right inside. Before he had more of a direct angle at the right tackles, and maybe varying it up right here has this guy thinking, or maybe he's going to go for the edge this time. Really, really good hat placement. Really terrific angle of generating power right here. Now, they call it ticky-tack, roughing the passer. I mean, it's within the rules that, Jalen Carter makes contact to the head and neck area ever so slightly on Mayfield there. So I guess it's supposed to be called, but I just hate it. But really good job here from Za'Darius Smith. Like, if Jalen Carter doesn't get the pressure here, then Smith certainly does. Remember that your way of supporting me. If you want to leave a tip here for the videos that I do here, go to Buy Me a Coffee, Breaking the Birds. I'll put a link in the description. Thank you to everyone who's been supporting me so far. It really means a lot, you guys. Strong push once again here from Za'Darius Smith, this time playing in the 5 technique, hand in the ground, 5-man front with Zach Bond as the outside guy here, coming against the guard. Now it's a quick game once again for the Bucs, so it doesn't generate a pressure or a hit or anything like that. I just want you to see the power that he's able to generate right here from the inside pass rusher. Again, hat placement terrific. He one-arms it. Look at the within a second here, or 1.5 a second, how much he drives the guard back into Mayfield, and then take a look at it here from the box. So lined up right here in that 5 technique, gonna go inside there. One arm extension, really, really good angle. That was more visible when we were looking at it from the bird's eye view. Good push. We saw him win with power multiple times here throughout this game, and then he pulls up this one. This is I don't want to say art, but this is a fantastic rep against one of the better offensive tackles in the NFL here against Tristan Wirfs to that side. Here, line up 7 technique, Euro steps, upfield, clears away the hands of Tristan Wirfs, and then the bend to come in and get the QB hit. It probably calls some sort of holding penalty on the Eagles or something like that, so it's probably not going to count in the stat sheet. But this is a terrific pass rush rep here. First he's going up directly against him as if he's going with that power move once again. Then the inside plant here to commit the Euro step as he's punching both hands down right there. Then bend off the edge. Let's get it here from the wide view. Get a really good shot there as well. Super coordinated, really effective, awesome pass rush move. You also see the difference between going against Charlie Heck, the right tackle, and Tristan Wirfs, the left tackle over here for the Bucs this time, where Za'Darius Smith lined up in the 7 technique, once again going for the bull rush, and it just looks completely night and day from the opposite side. Still a good hat placement, good angle here to generate power, but it's solid anchor from Tristan Wirfs on that one. Gets a little bit of help there, just a teeny tiny bit from the guard as well. But overall, that is more Tristan Wirfs than anything, and much better guy, much stronger than Charlie Heck. Now he's just getting funky with it here. 7 technique once again over against Tristan Wirfs, 1-on-1. He's feeling himself here. Quick game still for the Buccaneers, so we don't really get the hit or the sack or anything like that on this one. We will get the inside spin move. Really like it. I mean, you definitely have the explosiveness there. You have the power. Only thing that is missing here is that his inside punch, which he actually delivers before. So the punch that if you go into that side here, you'll be punching, and then you'll be kind of shooting your elbow backwards to generate power into the spin. So that punch that he generates or tries there initially doesn't really hit, and so Tristan gets his hands on him in the back there. He still generates a lot of power as he's spinning into him, but he doesn't get the complete clearance of him to begin with. Otherwise, terrific move. Lined up strong side D and 5 technique right here to the tight end side. Playing the run this time. We have a weak side slant called for Smith and Davis. Actually for the entire line right here. Also, Byron Young goes that way. Nice tackle by Smith as he's getting up here. Plants his he's in outside shoulder in the chest of the O-line. Reads what's going on here behind it. Shoots in to make the tackle. Forces third down. Bucks coming out here running ace tight. I'm gonna go with a split zone here with the motion guy coming up, and we have zone blocking schemes on the rest here. The tight end is gonna take Za'Darius Smith as he's stunting inside. Good read here. Okay, contact, and then he reads where the running back is going. He's responsible for the gap right in between here. He's in control of that along with Ajomo. They combine for the tackle here for a 3 or 4 yard gain on first down. That's acceptable. All right, towards the end of the game here, we're gonna make it look like it's running 6-man pressure, and then Zach Bond is gonna drop back. We have cover 1 man in behind it, and Za'Darius Smith to the top right here. Now he does a really good job of collapsing the pocket here from the edge position to a point where Baker Mayfield has to step up and get off his reads. Good pressure going up here. What I would like to see is that Zach Bond, who doesn't really have responsibility primarily in pass coverage here, I mean, he's underneath defender, that he triggers a little bit more on this. It's not really, it's uncharacteristic for him to see when Baker Mayfield scrambled up that he doesn't just trigger on it. Now, it could be the trigger rules that they have, but then again, he would be the only natural guy for to actually trigger, because you don't want anybody who's playing man coverage to do so. You just leave a guy open. So I think Za'Darius Smith does what he has to, and then I would like Zach Bond to get close here and then make the tackle here to force 4th down instead of converting 3rd. Good job here by Za'Darius Smith and Jalen Carter on the weak side stunt. So first we're gonna have the tick game here. So it means the inside comes first. Tick inside. Usually usually what that means, or basically what it means, is that Jalen Carter will come out here. He'll try to draw that lineman with him and open up a gap for Za'Darius Smith to go through. Now what it takes is a good job of Jalen Carter getting upfield first, and then going out, drawing him with him. Preferably you get a hand on him, a hold of him some way without making it an egregious defensive holding. And then for Za'Darius Smith, it's about coming up with anticipation, then exploding inside, and then bending in towards the guard here to clear away from him. Good bend as is coming up here in the gap. Has immediate pressure in the face of Baker Mayfield. Unfortunately, again, it's a quick game. Not much time to get home with the sacks here against the Buccaneers so far. But another good game from a good pass rush on the game, the D-line game with Jalen Carter. Another really effective game right here. This time, strong side game between Za'Darius Smith and Moro Ojomo. This one becomes a little bit more tricky because you have a much larger gap here between the two of them. So it demands more speed from Za'Darius Smith to come inside than we saw with the other one, and it also puts a little bit more demand on Ojomo of clearing away the guard here, because he has to get a big step outside for Za'Darius to actually generate that pressure moving in. And you see as well here, Ojomo gets complete contact with the guard to begin with. Really good job by him, because that forces him to lean into him, generate some power into it here before Za'Darius comes inside. And he actually gets the guard all the way turned with him here. Again, quick game for the Bucks, unfortunately, so we're not going to get a QB hit or anything like that. But this is super effective from Moro Ojomo. That clears up Za'Darius Smith as he's coming inside. So effective D-line movements here in both sides. Not a great rep right here. And the thing I want to point out is that I'm missing a plan from Smith on this one. Against Tristan Wirfs, he's playing it even like from the way he's playing it, it could look like he's trying to play QB spy, which I really would not assume that they're running against Baker Mayfield, but who knows? It looks like he has an idea of what he wants to do, and then he sees that Wirfs is attacking him instead of pass block or pass setting to begin with. So usually you see him kick slide back and then set up in pass protection here, and this time he's going forward and attacking him. That's the first time we've seen that in this game, and it could also look like he's expecting some sort of game, like we saw before, like inside game, and he goes up and then loops inside. It just doesn't really happen in neither of them, and ultimately, it ends up being a hands to the face that this guy doesn't see, and thankfully, I need a little bit of a plan on this rep here. All right, this one, Za'Darius lined up to the top here, going against Charlie Heck one more time, and why not just beat him with speed? It's been beat him with power. It's been working so well for the rest of the game. And here, the result, basically, that he generates that one-arm pressure here, or one-arm extension. He goes up here, he places his inside shoulder right in the chest of Charlie, and then Zach Bond obliterates the guard, runs into Charlie as well, and he just gets smacked backwards. Complete pressure from the entire D-line here, and obviously, Jalen Carter pulls away the guard. Ojomo gets in there and gets the sack. So complete effort all around. I just really like that move from Za'Darius Smith, where you have to extend there at the end. Impressive from everybody really on the D line. Okay, so a couple things to digest and dissect here on this next to final play of the game, where Za'Darius Smith will be lined up outside here. So he's wide 9 technique here. Okay, so it's wide 9. I've had this question before in another video. Wide 9, where you have a tight end that can be set in between here and here. So here he's almost splitting the natural position for two tight ends. So let's just assume like this guy's out of the way here. Okay, so you have a tight end here, then that will be 7 technique, and that will be 6, and that'll be 6I. Okay. Then you have a tight end right here as well, or space one. Then this is wide 9. This is 8, and this is 8I. And yeah. Okay, so wide 9 technique right here. First off, I want to go to the spin move, okay? Because this time he actually hits it. We saw him go against Tristan Wirfs with it earlier. This time he hits that outside punch before he commits the actual spinning move here, okay? So there, he clubs away the hand of Charlie, spins by ripping his elbow in that direction, and clears away from him fast. That's what it's supposed to look like when you're just clearing away from it. But the reason why this doesn't result much is because the way he's taken on the tight end here is basically like jumping up in the air. I'm not quite sure why. Because he doesn't generate any power in doing so, obviously. Yeah, that looks weird. But a good spin move nonetheless.